No. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the On the Road podcast that we're doing, where we're talking to local retailers around our Shop Local campaign. I'd like to welcome today Luke.
How you doing, Louise?
How are you keeping?
Good. Fantastic.
Okay. Fantastic. So we're in Luke's shop today here in Galway, and we're just talking about the suppliers he has, what his store offers here from a local perspective. And yeah, we're looking forward to talking to you, Luke. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your store?
Yeah. My name's Luke Anthony, and I run and own two Wild Geese along with my business partner, Maggie Murphy. And we sell local art and craft, ceramics, jewelry, glassware, etc. That's all made locally. All our suppliers come from, well, 90% of our suppliers come from a 50-mile radius around Galway. We've had to let a few in from Dublin and Kerry and things like that, but the majority comes from the Western Seaboard. And we're not a collective, we're a retail shop.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Fantastic, brilliant. And I can see a lot of the beautiful artwork around here today. It's absolutely fantastic. So a lot of your customers, I suppose, a lot of people are moving on to online and different things like that. Where is the majority of your customers? Are they locals? Are they tourists? How's it been impacted?
Well, through the last 2 years, it has been local because we just haven't had the tourists. So we moved down here in July 2020. And so from that time, from when we opened in this shop, this location in the Latin Quarter on Cross Street, it has been local. We got more and more tourists there last summer, and so it was a great mix. But for the last 2 years, it definitely has been local, whether that be, Irish, not just Galway, but all around Ireland. But we've had a very good response from the tourist market as well when they start coming, and we can start to feel it now, particularly at the start of March. We can start to feel that a lot more tourists passing through the door.
Fantastic, brilliant. And a lot of those kind of staycations, did you feel those really supported?
Brilliant. And I think that was fantastic. And you could really pick up on that feeling that people were motivated and they wanted to buy Irish, they wanted to support Irish businesses. And here is the perfect place because everything is made here. Everything's made in Ireland, and it's very much a local business. Okay, so talk to me a little bit about your suppliers, because obviously there's a big move away from, I suppose, the Amazons of the world, that we really want to support local people. We want to see things being made ethically and sourced ethically, and sustainability is a big one in carbon footprint at the moment. It's a big talking point retailers. So I suppose talk to me about some of your suppliers that you have here in particular. I was very interested previously in the slow food movement, how things are made locally. There's a very small carbon footprint. Things aren't traveling far to get here. And so, as I said, the majority of our designers and makers are from a 50-mile radius.
I love that.
Yeah, and we with each designer and with each artist, we have to build up. It takes time. You build up a good relationship with them, and that's really important from both us and the supplier as well.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing, and I love that, and I think that feeds into a lot of where I can see retail really going, moving towards that piece. And
we have a mix of very established artists and ones just starting off. We have some artists as young as 19 in the shop, where they're just starting their journey. So we work a lot with them and what we need and suggestions, and they suggest things to us. They also drop in. It's a really nice relationship we have with most of our artists.
It's amazing. It's really, really fantastic to see that, and it's nearly like a community almost that you're building.
Very much so, and we set out to do that from the start. That was one of our goals, that we're building a community. We opened the shop because we thought that artists and craftspeople were very much, they weren't seen enough in Galway, and people didn't have access to a one-stop place where they could come in and access all those artists. Markets are open in the summer or on the weekends and things like that, but people just couldn't drop in and buy something that's made locally, or they have to travel to different places and everything. So that's one of our motivating things to open to Wild Geese.
Fantastic, amazing. So I suppose looking around the shop, you've very much a diverse range of products.
Eclectic.
Eclectic is what you call it. So if you were to describe your store to someone that's never visited before, how would you describe that? what you offer?
As I said, we set out with the thought in our mind that we're selling products that are designed and made in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And everything has to have, whether it be handmade knives or we sell a range of soaps that come from a farm in Clare, or jewelry, that everything has to have artistic merit as well. So we try, and art is such a diverse range, whether it be diverse price points and diverse tastes. And it's not our taste we're looking at. Yeah. We're looking at is providing a retail environment that suits many tastes and many price points. And that, because the art world and what people appreciate, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So we tried to make it very diverse.
Yeah.
And represent a lot of different forms of art. I mean, our main problem is that we meet so many artists every day and see so much great work, and we can't get it in. So, and we're working with artists saying, if you just hold on a while, we'll find some space, because it's the level of creativity and the standard of work, particularly in the West Coast, is just fantastic. And I wish I could have a bigger place where I could sell more of it.
Amazing, amazing. And what would you say makes your store stand out against other stores, other craft stores? What would you say is your unique piece that you would say?
Well, for one, I think it's beautiful. I think it's actually a peaceful environment too, as well. I always say that retail is a form of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think we provide that. We provide a very nice space, a very good atmosphere, and you're buying local, and you're keeping everything that you buy here. It's kept here. It stays here, which I think going forward, particularly in the world that we live in, is really, really important. Really important, and we do that.
Yeah. I love that, because I think when I talk to a lot of business owners, and when I talk about their business or their strategy or where they want to grow in their business, it always comes back to, are we aligned with what our purpose was to start off the business with? And what's come throughout every conversation we've had today, even before we went live, is you're really, really super clear, you and your business partner, on what your purpose is in your business, and that drives your decision making. That you're about Irish, you're supporting artists, local artists, and it's just really shines through, I suppose. From a marketing perspective, because obviously there's a lot of noise out there at the moment on social media. We're seeing a big uprise on TikToks and all these other kind of things. And I suppose for other people out there as well, it's kind of feeling a bit overwhelmed. Like, would you give any advice, or what would you say to any of the retailers out there that are trying to get their brand out there? They might be struggling with footfall. Do you have any kind of ideas or, I suppose, around that?
Just keep on working on it. A lot of business owners, or social media and advertising and pushing, they struggle with it and everything, but just keep on working at it and improve. And but you have to make it. But you have to be very clear on who you are, on what you want to do, your goals, your mission, and to stand out from the crowd, because you have to be special and unique. Yeah. And that's what we try to do.
Yeah, you can really see that. You can see that in what you talk about your brand, and also the suppliers that you have in here are absolutely phenomenal. Anything that you can give, I suppose, any challenges that you've come up against since setting up this business, this gorgeous store, that you can maybe give to people that are at the moment, the sentiment is people are struggling to get staff and other areas like that. Is there any advice you give to local retailers, any like partnerships, or any, like, is there anything that's helped you along the way?
Definitely that. I think one of the great helps that we've had is that since we moved down to the Latin Quarter, the cooperation we've had with fellow businesses. Right. I mean, we're surrounded by really good businesses. Also, listening to people and business owners who have well established, they run good businesses, and taking some advice and actually just stopping and listening to people and knowing that you don't know everything.
Yeah.
And to listen to advice and cut through all the noise. But I think through the last 2 years, a lot of businesses through the pandemic, through Brexit, it's been really tough. And whether you're dealing, and every business it's been a struggle. Like there's no doubt about it, it's been a struggle. But you have to open up those lines of communication, whether that be to your lenders, to your landlord, to your staff. And admit things have been tough, but we're fighting back now. There's better days ahead, and to stick in there.
Yeah, I think that's
because
really
it is a
great
fight
advice.
back at the moment. It really is a fight back, but it should be a good journey and a fun journey.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic advice. I love the advice around that you're in this area of Galway, but you're actually talking to all these other business owners and they're supporting you in that.
Well, that's they've been steadfast in their support of our business, and we've been steadfast in support of their business, and we do all work together, which is it's a great community here. It's a great community, and everyone's understanding of everyone's challenges, and that's a good thing that people are working together, and that's helps you get through the tough days. Yeah, I think that's amazing. It's really great advice for people out there, because I think sometimes what can happen is, as a business owner, you can get so caught up in the four walls of your business, you don't really step outside of that and talk about it. And there is this, I find sometimes there is this, well, I don't want to tell them how bad I'm doing, or I don't want to say that I'm having a tough day of trade or whatever that is. But I think it's important that, like you said there, we work together, we get the footfall in, we're all similar businesses on the same road. So I think definitely having those conversations. And particularly through the pandemic, Brexit, etc., that the ability for businesses to be flexible, to be able to change as quickly as they can, because like it felt like over the last couple of years, you just hadn't known what's coming at you, and you didn't know what's happening the next month. So you had to be flexible, and you had to change and adapt, and to have like almost faster feet to move, to stay ahead and to keep on, just to stay alive. You have to be flexible, and I think it's a lot of problem with a lot of businesses is that they lack that flexibility. So that's really important. And because we're a very small business and we can make decisions very quickly, it's helped us stay alive. Yeah, amazing. I love that. That's a really great advice, I think, for people that are in that place at the moment and that are on that journey, reaching out to people and building a community around your business, and people that you can definitely touch base with or touch in and see checkpoints within that process, I think is super important. So if people want to find your business, where do they find you? Right. They come down to the Latin Quarter in Galway. We're on the top of Kerwin's Lane on Cross Street, right next door to great businesses like Busker Bounds, Front Door, Nocturnes, Tempo Antiques, the Sea Dog and Judy Greens. So we're right there. Big purple shop front, beautiful purple shop front, and you can't miss us. Yeah, fantastic. It's the Wild Geese and 2 Wild Geese. So where are you online? Are you on social media? We're online. We're on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Fantastic. Okay. Thanks a million for coming on and talking to me today. Nice to talk to you, Louise. Yeah, thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Slán. Go Get in the well.